This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let them know, let them know. Check. 24. Crush.
Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Double time. Zebra. Watch 32. Watch 32. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Throwing is Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Being chased out left. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off to them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Hey, 0. 61. Match box. Right. 41's the mark.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
All day, baby, all day, all day.
Now it's Carson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Kill.
Hey, easy. Touch screen, touch.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. DeAndre Carter is deep for the Texans. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, defense.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shift? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to look deep for more. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's crossing. 54. Ball trot.
From the 39, Watson going deep for Huff. It's caught inside the 25. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 40 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Dance into his, and he will score. It's a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The drive starts with C.J. Procise. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, check right. Watch it, 5.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the shift, watch the shift. Hey, hey, watch the shift, watch the shift.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, you know, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tight dog. Mike's 50, Mike's
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
This is it. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. He's checking, he's 24. Put him down, put him down. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up.
From the 41, Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Watch, 24 down, he's coming.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. On 1st and 10, Watson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside and break it inside.
14.
Really well run route.
Let's get off the field, D. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Mike, 55. Check. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Why? Get wide.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Ready? Double time. Alert.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I'm coming after you.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll have a first down past the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game, I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Push him back. Push him back. Check.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
3-15. Friday.
Here I come.
Nice.
They go play action with Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Check nickel.
Fair.
55.
They run again with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Slam.
Lamar Miller. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the 38, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Let's go, D. Motion.
Line up.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Safety's creeping.
Hey, 59!
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Now let's go.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He's coming, double up. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Mike.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Watch that, watch that, watch that.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
This is Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 49, check 49, check 49.
Check 55.
Now Wilson, operating from the gun. He hits his running back, Procise. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Move 15.
55. Hey, eat. Don't get nervous.
Here's Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Again, it's Miller. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
And the Texans first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm not ready.
Patch it.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Again, it's Hyde. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch the screen. Rush in. Check 3.
Here's Hyde. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Check 24. Check
59.
under crunch.
First 6.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 60 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Open man, the tight end fails. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Watson now to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On first down, Watson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
24.
54.
Watson looks to throw again. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Let's get it.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.